little friends, and welcome back to the doghouse. If you're new here, my name is Beth and I raise multi-generation GoldenDoodle puppies. Well, as many of you know, we are in between litters right now, and so we still have another week or two before we find out if Ivy and Lulu are both pregnant, one or both. And so in the meantime, we are going to be focusing on the other dogs in the house and doing some content with them. This week in particular, we are going to be talking about a common phenomenon in puppies, and that is called excitable urination. This is something that is pretty common. Doesn't happen with every litter, but it is common. And so it's something that you shouldn't be concerned about, unless we'll talk about when you should be concerned about it. But it could happen for many different reasons. So today we're going to talk about what is it, what can we do to help our puppies with this, and when is it time to actually get concerned. So let's go ahead and dive in. Hi everybody, Beth from the future here. I just wanted to let you know that no, I do not talk about puppy pee for 40 minutes plus for this video. The first 10 or 12 minutes is talking about excitable urination in puppies, and then the rest of the video I actually popped in some footage of some grooming. I have plenty of videos on grooming, but I went ahead this week and I groomed Harper and Maisie, gave them a little tubby and a little quick trim, so I thought I'd go ahead and pop that in here as well. So the rest of the video after that will be about grooming Harper and Maisie. So just wanted to let you know that. Enjoy the video. So first of all, what is excitable peeing or urination in puppies? It's just as it sounds. When your puppy is young, they do not have full control of their bladders. And so when they get fearful or excited or any of that, they may have some accidents. And I don't mean that it would be a full peeing session. It's going to look more like a little bit of leakiness. It might be a little puddle here, a little puddle there, but something very, that just kind of comes out with excitement. And like I said, that could be excitement that you've come home and they're all excited and they want to jump on you and they're excited to see you and they might pee a little bit. Or it could be when they're really fearful or something like a loud noise is happening and they're skittish and they might pee a little bit. So it could be for many different reasons that they might have this sudden urge to let out some pee. So this is something that, like I said, is very common in certain puppies. Typically, it is from their poor bladder control just because their muscles are not built up yet. And so it's very normal, and their muscles will gradually get stronger and they will grow out of this phase. Another reason they may be doing this is as a submissive gesture. And you'll know if your puppy is a submissive personality or not. Typically they will roll over on their back. They will shy away to the more dominant dogs in the room or people in the room. So they really are more, they will defer to the more dominant personality. And so a submissive behavior is also a little bit of that peeing as well. Other reasons your puppy may be having little pee accidents here and there could be changes in their diet. That could happen. Now, typically with a young puppy, you wouldn't really see that part because they're on their puppy food. But if you do have a change in diet, they may be drinking more or eating more, and so you might see some changes there. Another reason why they could be having small accidents is simply that they have an actual medical condition of urinary incontinence. So we don't want to jump to that right away, especially if you've got a young puppy. They will typically grow out of this behavior by 4 to 6 months. We have a dog, Harper, and I'll show you Harper. Harper actually had this phenomenon. So Harper had excitable urination and she is just growing out of it. I would say right at 6 months, it started to lessen more and more and more. So now I don't see it at all. I never see her pee anymore. She does still have that submissive behavior. She often will roll on her back when she's perceives another person or dog in the house to be more dominant than her. So she has a very submissive personality. And I do believe that that was part of it. Plus with her, she was building up her bladder muscles as well. And so I was keeping a close eye on her. It did mean a lot of extra work cleaning up, of course, but you want to give them time to build up their bladder muscles and to build up that confidence within themselves and to grow out of this behavior. Now, if at this point she's 8 months old, if by now she was still having with this same frequency loss of bladder control, by now I might be taking her to the vet and say, you know, I was hoping she would be growing out of it by now, but I'm seeing nothing letting up. I want to make sure I'm ruling out a possible UTI, a possible just incontinence issue. There are medications that dogs can take, and there are other things that your vet may recommend to help your dog if it continues well past, puppy stage. So that is something obviously to consider and to consult your vet about. While your dog is a puppy and they're going through this sort of excitable peeing stage, there are some things you can do to help them. So what you want to do is mimic sort of that calm behavior with yourself so that they can feel calm. We don't want to walk into our house and be all excited and roughing up their fur and just, oh, I'm so excited to see you. Love you, love you, love you. You want to walk in very calm. What you could also do is get a toy and redirect their attention so that they're not, their attention is sort of, so it kind of distracts them from the peeing. So you can try and distract them with a toy, anything like that, to just sort of keep them calm. That is the first step. The second step you might want to do is teach them some commands. The sit command is great. When you walk in or you feel like they might be getting a little bit excited, if you redirect them with a command, now they're like, oh, wait, what am I supposed to be doing when she says that word? Like if you want to put them into a sit position or a lay down position or something like that, that will also help distract your puppy from that peeing. And so it might help stave that off. So teaching them commands is also another great trick of the trade. You could also distract them. These are all distraction, obviously. These are distraction tactics. You may also distract them with a treat when you come in. If you've got, something that you can, if you've got it on your person or if you've got a little bowl by the door, you can help redirect them with a treat, and then you can go put them into a sit, something like that, just to help them know that every time someone comes in, it's not time to pee. It's time to just look at them and be calm. Some other things that you can do is take them outside immediately. If you notice that they're starting to get excited, guide them right outside the door. That way they know that they have to pee outside, and that will help them also, also with your potty training, just recognize peeing is outside, not here on the floor when people come in. So, obviously, you also want to be doing lots of positive reinforcement. If you see that they are not peeing, give them a reward because normally they would do that. You want to give them a nice reward. You want to use lots of positive reinforcement. So have those little treats on hand. Praise them. You can give them a toy, anything to distract them, and then praise them would be a great way to handle this unfortunately messy situation when they're puppies. So it does come up. Like I said, Harper had it and we dealt with it similarly to the way I'm sharing with you now. We tried to distract her. If I noticed she was getting really excited, I would get her outside right away, and you would see me, I would over exaggerate the calmness. Whenever I saw her, I would be like, Harper, so good to see you. It was just comical. It's like so calm. I tried to ignore them, be calm. It was very comical. Hi, Maisie. This is Maisie. So Harper definitely, oh, and here's Harper. And now I can be more excited. She doesn't pee anymore. She will lay over on her back. She is definitely my submissive doggy, and she will often go on her back and show sort of that deference to the other more dominant doggies in the house. Like everybody knows here, I have 5 dogs. These are my 2 youngest. They are siblings. They are 8 months old. And so we have a Great Dane who's 10. He's kind of like the granddad in the house. And then we've got the mamas, Ivy and Lulu, who are gonna be 3 soon. So that is puppy urination. Like I said, the time when you want to see the vet and think it may be more than just the puppy stage is, you know, if they haven't grown out of this behavior and you've noticed it's only when they're excited or so forth, you might want to visit the vet, you know, by, you know, 6 to 8 months old if it's still an issue and it's not getting any better. If you notice it's starting to lessen, rest assured they're probably growing out of it, and it takes time and it will go away, I promise. Like I said though, if it doesn't, then it could be a medical issue, and that is something different. And then you want to go see your vet, keep an eye on things, and she or he may recommend some medication or some more behavior modification for you to try with your puppy. So that is excitable peeing in puppies. If I've missed anything or if you have any other questions, please go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm always talking kind of off the top of my head. I sometimes have notes written down, but if I've missed anything or if you have any questions, just always feel free to ask me. Or if you want to share any of your stories for others to read about it, because at first I was very concerned, like, is this going to be for the rest of their life? Do they have a, you know, is this bladder control issue going to be something that I have to worry about forever? But no, it is very normal. It happens in puppies and they grow out of it. Like I said, not every puppy gets it. Harper is my only puppy that's ever had this. And then I had another person ask me about it. And so I said, you know what, I think this might be something that we should address and just talk about here on the channel. So that is excitable peeing in puppies. Now for the rest of the video, I think I have to groom Harper and Maisie, and so I'm gonna show you some footage probably. I've groomed them a million times on this channel because anybody who has doodles knows grooming is a never-ending thing to do with doodles, and so I'm gonna give Harper and Maisie a bath and give them a little trim. So I'm gonna put some footage in here now of that as well. Okay, we're starting off with Harper. I'm giving her a quick brush out before her tubby just to ensure that she doesn't have any knots when she gets out of the bath. And here she is, my sweet girl. Okay, so we are putting her in the tub. I love this tub attachment that I have. It's great to wash these smaller doodles. I typically only do Harper and Maisie in the tub like this. Ivy and Lulu are a little bit big. I will do it in the tub if I need to because it has the warm water. Otherwise, I typically bathe the bigger dudes out in the kennel with the garden hose. But that is obviously just cold water, and so, which is wonderful in the summertime when it's super hot, but in the wintertime like now, I wouldn't want to do that. And then, of course, I'm going to try and just dry her up a little bit. I don't do a full dry. I just try and get them maybe 50%, you know, just to get the chill off because it's a little chilly in my house, so... She keeps running away. She doesn't like the sound of the hairdryer, but we do our best. So I'm just going to give her a quick dry, and then I'll go get Maisie. And here's Maisie. It's her turn. So she's such a cutie. So back in the tub. We'll do it all again. I try and do this fairly quick, so that I don't torture them any more than is necessary. I leave their collars on and I give their collars a good wash too. So I just leave it all on. Okay, so she's all dry. I'm gonna grab the hair dryer and I'm gonna also dry her about 50% just to get that chill off. And then I'll let them both dry the rest of the way, just air dry downstairs. And after a couple of hours, when they're completely done drying, I'll go ahead and start that grooming process. So today I don't think I'm going to do a full groom. I think I'm going to start with the face, feet, fanny, and then see if I need anything else to touch up. Maybe around their tummy area, I think is getting a little long, maybe in their sort of armpits, I call it, that area. We'll take a look as we, after I give them a good brush out, and see where it's needed. I want to keep those areas that tend to get matted nice and short. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, I've got my beloved brush that's been chewed on, but we still use it. This is a great brush to, it's like a slicker brush. Then I've got some curved scissors, some chunkers here to help thin out their fur, a comb, of course. I've got my clippers. I use this one, the Andis Ultra Edge. It works pretty well. I've got a couple different attachments. I've got some more scissors and some nail clippers if I get to that today. This is sort of my bucket where I keep everything in, and then I keep it in the laundry room. So these are my tools of the trade. Before I bring up my first victim, if you were with me last week when we went toy shopping, this is what's left of that toy. That one I couldn't put on the floor because it wouldn't stick. This is what's left. They chewed up all the edges and they ate the other piece, and they're starting to eat this. So now it's just gonna be a rope toy with a ball. I'm gonna get rid of this part because they just keep chewing it and I don't want them to swallow plastic. So we're gonna dump this in the trash. That was not a good toy after all, but that's okay. We can still play with the rope and the ball, that's okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring up Maisie. Okay, this is Maisie. She is one of the 2 puppies that I have in our family. She and Harper, who's right here wondering what's going on, are 8 months old today. So happy birthday, Maisie. And they are almost full grown. They're about 28 pounds. And like I said, they're 8 months old, and they're definitely going to be a medium-sized doodle. I think they're gonna max out at about 30 to 32 pounds. So this is what you can expect from one of our litters. Okay. Maisie is all dry. What I'm gonna do is give her another good brush out, and then we're gonna take a look and see what areas she could use for trimming. I'm doing Maisie first because I wanna get her over with because she doesn't love grooming so much. Harper is a little bit more tolerant of me. So I try and do her pretty quickly and not prolong the torment. So Maisie has this beautiful white on her chest, so pretty, and she brushes out nice and smooth. She's got more of a wavy coat. Do you see all the waves? And then Harper has a little more curl to her, I'd say, but you can see like they definitely have like that wave curl to them, but they're not as curly as say Ivy, my girl Ivy. She's super curly. These guys are more of a wavy coat. And they brush out beautifully. They're nice and soft. And I do always groom my dogs myself. Honestly, it's mostly out of, just sliding you around there. It's mostly out of convenience because I tend to just want to do it when I have the time. And then I like to do a lot of in-between work. So I may, break it up and do nail trims one day, ears another day, a little trim here and there another day. So it's nice for me to just be able to do this. Now, Ivy, like I mentioned, is super curly, and I do occasionally send her to the groomers if I've missed things or I just need help with her coat because her coat is very different. And so it is a little bit harder if I've let it go to groom. Now, with that said, I did just groom her and she had quite a long coat. I'm just gonna spin you around here, Maisie. And I just cut her real short because I didn't want her to get all matted. So, Maisie, can I have you stand up? Here we go, baby. Need to get your back. So for quick trims, we do what's called a face, feet, and fanny. I've done that many times here on the channel with the puppies. And it's just a nice way, if you don't want to do an all over body, it cleans up your doggy really nicely. You can do their ears, you can check their nails, and just do a little trim around their face, their feet, which can sometimes get shaggy, and their, sanitary area, so that they stay nice and clean for you. So that's what we do with face, feet, and fanny. So that's kind of what I'm gonna look at today. However, I am noticing their tummies are quite long. Let's see. And I may want to do a little bit shorter on their tum-tums. But I think overall it's fine. It's winter. I may leave that actually, because I actually kind of like them a little shaggier looking. As long as they're clean, then they look great with a little fur on them. All right. I know I'm brushing your face. Sorry. I'm going to go so gentle. So gentle. Around your ears. She's like, please stop brushing my face. Now, here's her face. I'm going to try and guide her to the camera. Come here. Look at Easy. You can see she's got some fur in her eyes. Oh my goodness. No, you can't. You can't see that at all. Hold on. Come here. This is why I could never do photography with animals. Okay, you can see her eyes have quite a bit of fur. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trim this up so she can see a bit better. Right, poor Maisie. Can you sit down for me, sweet girl? All right, so what I'm gonna do, here, have it go into a sit. Thank you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually pull back her hair and then pull forward the middle stuff. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. And let's get the comb. Hi, sweet girl. So I'm sort of brushing all of her nose hair forward, getting my comb through her muzzle, because I'm gonna trim her chin and her furnishings a little bit. Furnishings, you've probably heard me talk about those before. Furnishings are those distinctive eyebrows and the muzzle hair. It's what gives them that sort of teddy bear look. You can't see now because she's doing funny things. All right, I'm gonna tackle this bit here by her eyes, and I'm actually gonna use the curved scissors. I'm gonna push back her bangs, so to speak. And then I'm just gonna take, first I'm gonna get her eye boogers. And then just gonna take those curved scissors and get in there pretty quickly because I don't wanna prolong her getting nervous. I'm trying not to go near it. I'm sort of pulling the hair down by pressing on her, like I'm pulling it this way to keep it away from her eyes. And then I can go in with some chunking shears even and just kind of like that up there so it can kind of blend in with all her curls. And now we can see her eyes much better. Let me just see if I can do any more here. Hi. I know you don't love me grooming you. I don't blame you. I'm not the best at it, but we're gonna do our best here. Look, we can see her pretty eyes. And that's all. That's all I do for the eyes. Now I'm gonna go to her face. Again, I try and just do this quickly because we don't wanna torture them by having to sit up on the counter here like this. And so I'm just gonna go really straight. I'm gonna take my curves and I'm gonna hold her nose. I'm not going hard. I'm just gonna go right around that jawline. I know you can't see because I'm on the other side. I'll do it there too. And then I'm just gonna go like that, flip them around for the other side. Hi, hi, oh, come here. I'm gonna try and do it for the camera. Like I said, Maisie does not like being groomed. She does not have patience for me. So I try and do it especially fast when I have her. Hi. And I just kind of follow that curve of the face and I leave her fur. And then what I do is I go under the chin a little bit and then I go straight across her lips because this is where they eat and drink and drip. And so I try to keep all of this on the shorter side. So right now she's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna, she's like, please, ma'am, I'm done with this. This is nonsense. I'm just trimming a little bit. Hello. I have some straight scissors here and I'm just gonna go straight across by her lips. Hi, hi, can I? And this is why the professionals are probably better, but we are gonna do our best here. Hi, hi, hi. I know, we're going quick here. Good, good, so good. All right, that's very good. Now, that's her face. Now, I'm gonna check out her feet, see if there's anything I need to trim. I like to fluff them up by kind of brushing up against the grain here and just go in with my curved scissors and just kind of trim any excess around. I didn't get you. Let me get our thumbs around. And that way it keeps them nice and neat. It doesn't. And then I just even go along the top a little bit. Hi, I know you hate having this done. And then I'm gonna do the next one. Good girl. Do you want some peanut butter? Do you want some peanut butter? Here, have a seat. I'm gonna give you treats. I'm gonna give you so many treats. You're being such a good girl. I know. I'm just gonna do that. Just real quick. Just to tidy up the paws. And we're just going right around the edge, kind of whatever's growing over the edge there. Just making them nice and rounded. This gets rid of the excess hair too, which brings in lots of dirt and dust into the house. And then if there's a lot of hair in between the toes, I like to make sure it's nice and trimmed. She always pulls back. She really doesn't like scissors or the clippers. And then I'm gonna do the back feet. Back feet are a little easier because you can kind of do it while they're sitting there. And it makes it easier. When they're sitting, can you sit for me? Maisie has the cutest little back feet. She's got little white tips. Hi, come sit. I know you can't really see what I'm doing back here. Let's see. Hi, can you lift up? Thank you, baby. And then we're gonna turn it around so we can curve around the other side. Great, good job. And then I like to go, if there's any hair that's grown over the nails, I like to try and trim that up as well in the front. Good girl. I know, you saying hello to the camera? Do you see yourself? No? Okay, wonderful. Okay. That's the feet. And now I'm just gonna go to the sanitary area. I won't show you so much of that, but just know I'm going right around her bum. And be very careful, of course. You don't wanna get too close. But I'm sort of just creating a little area to make sure that when she goes to potty, if anything were to fall, it won't get caught in her fur. So I'm not going bald or anything super tight there. I'm just sort of making it a little clean. Like there's still plenty of fur. I can show you. I don't know if you can see that. There's still plenty of fur there. It's just a lot shorter, you know, and I'm just gonna keep it nice and trimmed. Okay, you did such a good job. All right, now I'm gonna also go near her front bottom, her front sanitary area. I wonder if you'll lay down for me. Can you lay down? Oh, so good. So yeah, I'm also just gonna do very quickly near her front. Again, you wanna be so careful because you don't wanna clip anything important, obviously. This is just to keep things nice and clean. Oh, we are getting a very close-up look here. So I'm just kind of going around. We're not trimming, you know, obviously we're being very careful around her skin, but you can see some wet little hairs here. And so that's what you want to just trim, just to keep it nice and neat. She's being so good, so trusting, So I don't want to lose her trust, so I won't go too crazy. You want to keep your trims quick and easy so they trust you, and then they'll come to you the next time. So, very good, Sweet Pea. Great. And I think we're all set. And so Maisie's all done. Now, the only other thing I would have to do with her would be a quick nail check and what else? And her ears. I would check her ears. We can see her ears have a bit of hair in them, so I may try and pluck that out. How do you pluck out the hair? You put a little powder in there. I'll show you the powder I use, and then you literally can just go in there and pull it out, and it shouldn't hurt them. This is the powder I use. It's literally the removal ear powder, and it just helps you to have a good grip, and you can pluck it out. If they start to cry, stop and just go either more gently or just leave it until another day, because you don't want to pull out too much or anything important, because you don't want to hurt them. And you can also leave it for the vet or the groomer to remove as well. But it's important to try and remove some of that hair, because it could harbor moisture, which can obviously harbor yeast and bacteria, and which is ripe for ear infections. Sorry. So I'm gonna check their nails and ears later. I'm gonna give her a break, and I'll put Harper up here. Good girl. Okay, go play. Okay, here's Harper. Harper is Maisie's sister. They are the same age, so she's also 8 months old today. She is much more of a reddish brown. She's got this little tiny bit of white on her chest. Hi, Maisie. They are the best of friends, and they always want to know what they're doing and what they're getting into, and they always want to, they're such good playmates. They really do play so nicely together. So first I'm going to start off with a quick brush, because she is still very, she hasn't been brushed out since her bath. So you can see she's got very defined curls, and there should be no mats or anything. She's very well brushed out, but she needs a solid brushing after her tub. So that's what we're gonna do now. Harper is a little bit curlier. She's got a little bit more defined S's in her, and when I brush her, she gets a little more frizzy, very soft, but a little frizzier than I would say than Maisie. She is also about 28 pounds, and so they are trending to be about the same size. I mean, nice, solid, sort of medium range size, which will top out at probably around 32-ish pounds at full grown. So you see I'm going kind of against the grain here, and that's gonna fluff her right up. I like to get under their arms. And I keep these guys a little fluffier than I do Ivy and Lulu. They do better with a little bit of a shorter coat for me. Ivy has very thick hair, like almost like a sheep. And so I really like to keep her as short as possible when I can. Beautiful. Let's get your head. Okay, and I'm gonna do just the same thing that I did with Maisie. I'm gonna check her face, feet, and fanny. I know, is that weird to be brushing your face? Yes, I know. I am going very gently around the edges here. You're so good. I don't want you to fall off there. Okay, nice and slow on the face. Good girl. Oh, you're so pretty. So clean. So you've got one fluffy leg and one leg to brush out. Yeah. Oh, you're so pretty. Okay. Let's start with that face. Again, I've got some stuff here I want to trim, and just to get so she can see a little bit better. This is the number one area that I do a lot because their hair grows so fast. Hi, hello. And so I'm gonna push this back, and can you see all that middle stuff? It kind of, all this stuff I'm gonna trim. So, where's my big Sharpie ones? Are you laying on them? They're behind you. Got really sharp ones that are super helpful. All right, we're gonna lay down and do this. Well, I was hoping to show you guys, so don't move. I'm gonna hold this back. I do this fairly quickly, but really carefully. I don't cut until I know she's not gonna move, because I don't wanna get her eyes, obviously. I'm just getting any crusties in there. Hi, hi, hi. I'm gonna get this part too. Good girl. Oh, such a good girl. Okay, that's great. And the great thing about grooming doodles is their hair grows really fast. So if you make a mistake and you're like, oh, I don't like the way that looks, don't worry, their hair is gonna grow out really fast. And they don't know, it's okay. I'm actually covering her eye right here because I wanted to get right in that corner. And so I'm gonna fluff her up. She is my submissive dog. She's always laying down for me. My little Harper, such a cutie. Always a good girl. Okay, now I'm gonna get her face. I don't know if she wants to stand back up, so I'm just gonna do it right from this position. Honestly, if they're comfortable and staying still, that's my goal. And so I really wanna take advantage of that position. And so I'm getting her chin. Hi, come on. She doesn't, I swear they don't like the sound of these scissors. I know, I gotta get you the rest of your face. I know. Okay, so I'm flipping the scissors over to get the other side, and then I'll show you. And I'm just going right around her jawline, like right there, kind of in a curved fashion there. Yeah, let's see if I can do it all the way up. I know. I know. And then I like to get right by their mouth, which I just did. So I think I'm good there. And then I'm gonna take these chunkers and get under her chin. She's got quite a little hairy chin. Can you sit up for me, love? Come on. Can you sit up? So everybody can see what I'm talking about. Good girl. She's got a lot under here. And so when she drinks her water, it's a little dribbly. So I'm just taking these chunkers to thin it all out. Chunkers or thinners, whatever you have, it's just the size of the teeth that make it chunk. These are a little bit bigger, so they're chunkers. Are great because they kind of are forgiving for a straight line. You don't have to worry about a perfectly straight line, but they'll thin things out for you. I know, I know. And I know it looks like I'm holding her face really harshly, but I'm not. I'm just keeping her steady, and I'm not at all hurting her. So now her chin is looking much better. I may even take them to the sides of her furnishings. There we go, because they were quite thick as well. Can I do this side? Here. Hi, can I see this side? It's got quite the beard going on here. And it's gonna just thin that out a little bit. Good girl. Do we need any thinning up here? There we go. Got any hair? Okay, and so now she can also see so much better. We left all her fur. Can you look? Look this way. And then she's so cute. You could also do around their ears with the chunkers. You could do around, you know, make a more defined jawline with them. It's really up to you, and also, you know, how much you want to struggle with your pup to do that. I will sometimes go under the ear here and just try to like delineate a jaw from where the jaw ends and the ear begins. You could do all of that. So they really are a canvas. You're so cute. You're so cute. Yes, you are. Okay, now I'm gonna take my straight curved ones and just go around her feet real quick. Her face is all done. Again, I'm not trying to prolong this too much. I really wanna make it, hi, okay, nice and easy for her. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna flip them over so I can get the curve on the other side. Come here. Come here. And just, I'm really just taking off the fur that's grown over the edge of where her foot and toes would be. So anything that's sticking out over the edge, just kind of cleans them up nicely. Gives her a more defined paw. And so that is what we're doing. They just don't like me holding their feet too long. So we are a very DIY family, so I'm home, and so I feel like I can do this part. If ever I thought it was too much of a job for me, I would definitely take them to the groomer. All right, next I'm gonna do your back ones. Almost done. Come here. Okay, now that the paws are all done, I'm gonna go ahead and just do her back bottom real quick. And we're just trimming ever so slightly. Hi, hi. And I wanna do her front bottom. Okay, so her back bottom is nice and smooth, and we are all cleaned up. All right, come on down. Oh, I can see we've got a little more area to brush as well. Let's get you all brushed out back here too. They need constant brushing. You should be brushing your doodles, I would say fully, like at least twice a week. Every night would be great, but you know, I realize that's not always possible. It just makes them nice and clean, kind of gets off the dust of the day, and makes them all nice and floofy. Keeps the dirt off of them, off your furniture. It's very nice. It makes them look so pretty. Okay, let's get down. Oh, my good girl. Okay. Alrighty, and that's the doodles. So, like I said, later on I'm gonna go and try and give them a little nail trim. They don't like that so much, so it's a little bit of a wrestling match. What I will sometimes do is put them up here, put some peanut butter down on the counter, and then while they're licking, try to go around and give them a quick trim. And then I am gonna check their ears, probably when we're watching TV tonight, when I'll bring some treats over there, and then I'll put a little bit of this powder in their ears, and then give them a little tug and see if I can pull anything out of there. And then I also have this stuff, which is great. It's an antibacterial, antifungal, and it's great to put in their ears to give them a good flushing. You just pour it in like a little bit and then kind of squish it all around in their ear and just let them shake it out. It's a really nice way to kind of get them all cleaned out. So that's all, and that's the grooming for today. I want to thank you all so much for joining us this week. As usual, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that way we could all spend some more time together. In the meantime, we hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you all in the next video.